up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week, I'm going to be breaking down UFC 272, Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. It's got 13 fights on this card, some pretty good fights. We lost the Manon versus Jessica I fight. Still found 5 good betting spots so far, and I'm just waiting for some over-unders to drop. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC Vegas 49, and then we'll get right into UFC 272. UFC Vegas 49 sucked. I went 2 for 4 for negative 1.5 units. I hit my 2 biggest bets and lost my 4 even money and underdog bets. So my winning bets were Bahamondes Martinez parlay. I had 2 units to win 2 units. The other winning bet was Nunes versus Nunes Ramiz, 2.3 units to win 2 units. And all 4 of them fights went the way I thought they were going to go. It was pretty much domination by all sides. My losing bets, the first one was Victor Altamirano, and that was my bad betting on a fight between 2 dudes that went to split decision on Contender Series with their opponents, and then we're probably going to go to split decision with them. So I thought he won the fight, but you know, it is what it is. It was close, could have went either way. My second loss, which was just a bad pick, was Faraz Ziam. He got dominated by McKinney. Looked terrible. McKinney looked great. We'll have to bet him going forward the way he's supposed to be betted. My third loss was Joel Alvarez. Man, the money seemed right, but obviously he should have been plus like 700. But he had 1.25 units to win 3, and that didn't pan out. And then going into this fight, I was up 0.9 units, and I thought I was actually gonna end up with some units. And Misha Serkinov was my last loss. I had 1.2 units to win 1, and he looked like he was doing good. I thought he had it won in the first round, and then the second round. He looked a little tired, and then he just got hit with that iron bar out of nowhere. So them were my 4 losses. Kind of bad plays, but I'm going to do better this week with more veteran fights, easier fights to call. So my record since starting now is 68-39 for plus 40.5 units. My unit is $100, so I'm up $4,050 since September. And we're going to add to that this week. I guarantee I always do good on my pay-per-view, so let's get into that. Fight number 1 on UFC 272 is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Brian Kelleher. Umar Nurmagomedov is 13-0. He's currently sitting at minus 620. Brian Kelleher is 24-12, and he's currently sitting at plus 420. Umar is going to have a pretty big size advantage in this fight. He's 5'8". He's going to have 2 inches of height, where Kelleher is 5'6", and then he's got 5 inches of reach, where he's got a 69-inch reach. Kelleher's only got a 64-inch reach. Umar is tough, man. He's obviously he's Khabib's cousin. He throws a ton of kicks to the body. This dude throws a ton of kicks. He likes to throw to the legs, body, and head, but he really likes to throw to the body and head really fast too with both legs. He has excellent takedown wrestling, as you would expect. And he has really good BJJ to go with it. He can actually hold people down. You've seen him choke out Sergey Morozov in the second round after beating him up standing up in his last fight. He's got really good cardio too. He's kind of a decision guy. He goes to decision a lot. In his 13 fights, I think he's been to decision like 8 or 9 times. But he's got good cardio, good wrestling, BJJ, and striking to get it there. He's got a really stiff jab, man, and he uses it well. And I think he's going to use that a lot in this fight against Kelleher. And he's got great head kicks. I could see him hitting Kelleher with some, but Kelleher's super tough. I don't know if he's going to get him out of there. Kelleher, on the other hand, is really slick with his submissions. He's got great guillotines, got great arm bars and stuff, mainly when he's on his back. He's getting taken down. He's got pretty good wrestling himself. He's got pretty good BJJ himself, too, and he's got good scrambling, good get-up ability. And he's got some pretty good boxing with power. He's not that fast, though, but he does have pretty good boxing, and he's tough, so he's going to stay in there and be in there the whole fight. And usually with Kelleher, from what I've seen, if he can overpower and out-wrestle his opponents, then he's going to win, or he's going to hit that slick submission, or maybe get that knockout like against Hunter Azure, but he was getting beat up bad in that fight before that. To me, really, Kelleher just has, if he's fighting somebody better than him, he's just got really slick subs and KO power, lucky KO power. But he's very tough. But give me Umar in this fight by decision. I don't have any bets in on this or not, but I do got him by decision. But he could maybe hit a choke on Kelleher. Kelleher has been choked out before too. Fight number 2 is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Negumereanu versus Kennedy Nzeckukwo. Nick N, because I'm terrible with these guys' names. Nick is 11-1. He's currently sitting at plus 120. Kennedy is 9-2, currently sitting at minus 150. Nick, he's got, if you've seen any of his UFC fights, he's got decent wrestling. He's got pretty good striking with some decent power. He's always coming forward. He's got good pressure, and he can keep that up for 3 rounds, which is really good for the way he fights. He's going to stay right in your face and throw wild heat. You seen against Oleksiejzuk, man. Them guys, at first, like the first 3-4 minutes, Kmore was kind of piecing up Nick, but then as he started slowing down and Nick was hitting him and Nick just stayed in his face, Nick started taking over. He's very, very tough with a really good chin, because Kmore was hitting him with some really big bombs too, and it didn't even affect him. He just kept coming forward. 10 of his 11 wins are finishes, and like I said, he pushes a really heavy pace with wrestling, boxing, just everything in your face, and he keeps that up. So he's got very good cardio. Kennedy, on the other hand, he's very low output. If you watch him, he's a big dude. He's big and long. He's 6'5". He's gonna have 5 inches of height, and he's gonna have 5 inches of reach. But Nick actually has 78 inches of reach, so he's not too bad behind Kennedy, because Kennedy usually has like 8 inches of reach on his opponent's 9 inches of reach. Kennedy's low output in most of his fights. You see in a lot of his fights, for some reason, he's willing to just shell up and go up against the cage and let his opponent tee off on him, which sometimes can work, maybe against like, was it Carlos Alberg, or what was the one guy? Danilo Marquez. He didn't really let him do that to him, but he kind of let them guys gas themselves out, and that can work like that. But this Nick dude don't seem to gas out. If he goes up against the cage and puts his arms up, and Nick comes in and throws like a 15-piece combination, he's going to still keep coming with that 15-piece combination in the second round. You know, like, the dude is tough. Kennedy's got a pretty questionable fight IQ to me, and he's so lackadaisical. Like, he's not aggressive. He doesn't go for the fight. It's just almost like he's just in there and he's just, whatever. And then if something comes, it comes. But he's not seeking nothing out. He's got pretty good takedown defense and a pretty good get-up game. When he does let his hands go, he's got a lot of power. He's got pretty decent jab, and he's got really good power hooks, as you've seen against Alberg and a couple other people in Marquez, Danilo. And he's very tough with good cardio. When he's forced to fight, if he doesn't shell up, he will fight, and he's good like that. But to me, here's the big thing on this fight too. Kennedy's coming in on shorter notice, because Nick was supposed to fight this dude that just won. I forget the guy's name. He was off Contender Series. He's good. He's from the Ukraine. He's like 20-2. Yeah, as Nick as an underdog here, I really think Nick's gonna win. I got 1.5 units to win 1.8 units on Nick. He's plus 120, and like I said, Kennedy coming in on short notice. The way Kennedy fights and would let people be really aggressive on him, and he'll just back up and shell up, ain't going to be good in this fight, because like I said, Nick's going to be there in the second and the third with the same aggression and not gas out like these other, like Alberg and Marquez and some other people he's fought. I'm just not really impressed with Kennedy. He just got knocked out by Dong Yoon Kim too, or not Dong Yoon Kim, Dong Yoon Jung. But yeah, like I said, I got Nurmagomedov, or Nick Negumereanu in this fight by decision. I got money on him. The next fight is Devonta Smith versus Ludovit Klein. This is short notice for Ludovit Klein. He's coming in on 1 week notice. Devonta Smith was supposed to fight Eric Gonzalez, but he pulled out. There ain't a line on this fight yet, but so I don't know that, but I'm sure Devonta Smith will be the favorite coming in on a full camp. Devonta Smith is 11-3. Ludovit Klein 17-4. Devonta Smith is going to have a 2-inch height advantage with the 4-inch reach advantage in this fight too, so he's going to be the bigger guy. Devonta Smith, if you've seen him fight in any of his fights, man, the guy's super fast, super explosive, has a really good 1-2, just straight down the pipe, boom, 1-2. He's explosive, like I said, on offense and defense. So when he's doing takedown defense, you know, he's busting away quick. He's using his hips, fast hips, really fast hands, just explosive everywhere, really. He's got pretty good defensive and offensive wrestling. If he's got good takedown defense, and if he wants to get the takedown, he can get the takedown. He's got a really good right hook straight overhand, and like come with the right hook, throw the straight, and then hit him with the overhand. But he's kind of hittable. If you notice in his fights, Kama Worthy hit him. Jamie Mullarkey started piecing him up towards the end. Even Justin James clipped him with a shot and just had him a little hurt, you know. So he's hittable, and his chin's kind of suspect. But he just doesn't take damage very well. You've seen in that Mullarkey fight, he doesn't take damage, and he doesn't take like real pressure real good. He seems to be a good hammer, terrible nail. Ludovit Klein, 17-4, like I said, he's coming in on a week's notice, so I mean, I'm sure he's in shape, but it's different having a full fight camp. He's pretty well rounded, and he's very technical. The guy does everything. He's just like a technical kickboxer. He's got pretty good wrestling himself, defensive and offensive. He doesn't really use it too much. He tried it against Trezano in Land War, but he wasn't able to hold him down or do anything with it. I think it just kind of gasses him out. He's got really good boxing with really good power. He's got crazy head kicks. You've seen against Shane Young. He had 3 head kick knockouts in a row before the loss to Trezano. And he's just good, man. The dude's got really good striking. The only problem is his gas tank, it seems, and he doesn't deal with pressure well. If he's backing up, man, he does not deal with pressure well. You've seen Trezano backing him up. You've seen Landwehr. He started backing him up after the first round. And if he's pushed backwards, man, he's just not good off his head. Like, at first, when he fought the first round against Landwehr, what I noticed, he came out and he was aggressive, and he was backing Landwehr up, and he was with the threat of his left kick and all the stuff he has. But once Landwehr started landing some shots on him and backing him up, man, he's a totally different fighter. He's got very fast hands and KO power everywhere. He wants to throw hard body kicks, hard head kicks. This is going to be a really good fight. He could easily catch Devonta Smith in that first round because, like I said, Devonta Smith's hittable and he's chinny, so I probably won't be. I'll be betting this fight on violence. I don't know what the line is on it yet. Like I said, for my official bets video, I'll have all my over-under bets because I'm going to check some out. I'm going to go to the casino this week on a Tuesday and actually get some of them in. But give me Devonta Smith, second round TKO. If he can survive that first round with Ludovit, put some damage on him, Ludovit will start shelling up, backing up in that second round and slowing down like he always does. He's in on a week notice, and that's when Devonta Smith can start taking over, probably even with his wrestling, get a TKO on the ground. So give me Devonta Smith, second round TKO, but I'm not betting that. I'm going to bet the over-under. I like the under. Hopefully it's set at like 2.5, but we'll see. Next fight number 4, we got Jalin Turner versus Jamie Mullarkey. Jalin Turner is 11-5, currently sitting at -135. Jamie Mullarkey's 14-4, currently sitting at +105. Usually Jalin Turner, he's a big dude for 155. He's 6'3" with the 75-inch reach, and usually he has a pretty big height and reach advantage over a lot of his opponents at 155. But Jamie Mullarkey's 6 foot with the 74-inch reach, so he's only, he's 3 inches shorter and 1.5 inches of reach less. But that's not huge the way usually Jalin Turner's used to being able to use his long limbs and his height and everything. Jalin Turner is really well-rounded. Been watching him in all his last fights, even though he's been fighting suspect competition. He's looked really well-rounded. Josh Kutalaba versus Euros Medic. There was somebody sandwiched in between them 2 fights. And he's just looked really good, man. His wrestling's looked really good. His striking's looked really good. And his jiu-jitsu's looked really good. He's really well-rounded. He's got really good striking with kicks, punches, and knees. He uses all of his limbs. He's very dangerous with strikes and submissions. He can KO guys and he can submit them. He's got really good BJJ and good top control and good ground and pound. So when he's on the ground, he's good on top. He's got really good striking to the body and with punches and kicks. Like, he likes to go to the body a lot. He's got suspect wrestling defense and a suspect chin, though. You've seen in the Frivola fight. You've seen in Vicente Luque fight. A lot of his earlier career fights, he had a couple real quick knockout losses, too. He's got really good step and knees, though, and that might help him in this fight. He hit Frivola with a couple nice ones. Wasn't able to put him out, but he definitely has that for the wrestlers. Jamie Mullarkey, though, on the other hand, the dude is a savage, really. You've seen his last fight, he's a savage. You've seen against Brad Riddell, he's a savage. He's got really good boxing with decent power. His striking against Kama Worthy, when he knocked him out with that sick hook right on the tip of the Kama Worthy's chin 2 fights ago. Then last fight, he knocked out Devonta Smith, and he didn't even take Devonta down one time. He was actually hurt him really with body shots. Mullarkey, like I said, good boxing with decent power, decent leg kicks and body kicks too. He's got good takedowns, good BJJ, constantly pressuring forward, but he's pretty hittable too. He'll take one to give one, that's for sure. He's got really good clinch striking too with his elbows and his knees, and if you've seen any of his fights, Jamie Mullarkey's very tough and durable. He's got great cardio. He's got that really good clinch, like I said, against Devonta Smith, where he's just banging him with knees to the body. And good body shots. So if I think, and what I seen with Jalin Turner against Matt Frivola, he didn't slow down fully, but after getting grappled in that first round and being on bottom in the second round, he definitely, his striking slowed down. A lot of his power went away. So I'm definitely going to be taking Jamie Mullarkey. He's an underdog right now at +105. I got him by decision, but he could easily stop Jalin Turner because his chin to me is way better than Jalin Turner's chin. Like, if they start throwing blows, I'm gonna trust Mullarkey way more than Jalin Turner's chin. I haven't bet on it yet. I'm thinking about betting Mullarkey, but I got him by decision, and we'll see where this line goes, because yesterday Jalin Turner was -130, Mullarkey's +105, and if it keeps going up, I might throw something on him by the time I go to the casino on Tuesday. Fight number 5 is in the women's strawweight division. We got Marina Rodriguez versus Xiaonan Yan. Rodriguez is 15-1-2. She's currently sitting at minus 275. Yan is 13-2, currently sitting at plus 215. These girls are pretty much about even in height and reach. Rodriguez got 1 inch height, 2 inch reach. Rodriguez, if you watch her fight, man, she's got really good stand-up, really good Muay Thai, really good elbows, knees, kicks. She's super aggressive. She's really fast. She's really active with her leg, body, and head kicks. She throws a ton of kicks, man. She's very powerful with her hands and her legs. Like, she can KO you either way. You've seen her KO Ribas. You've seen her beating the shit out of Watterson. A lot of the girls she beats on. She's improving her takedown defense, because like you've seen Carla Esparza beat her, and then she had a draw with Randa Marcos earlier in her UFC career, which was a lot of because she was getting taken down. She can be taken down, and if she's taken down, she can be controlled. She'll throw elbows and stuff from her back, but she can definitely be controlled. She's got really good elbows and knees in the clinch. Her Muay Thai is really sick, man, for a girl. She has some of the best striking in the division, definitely, for sure. She's never really beat anybody that great, though, for her to be minus 300 over this girl, over Yan, because like Rodriguez was just plus like 270 herself to Ribas 2 fights ago. And she was getting beat up by Ribas, got taken down and beat up a little bit until she landed that big hook. She's got okay takedown defense and like a terrible get-up game, like I said, but she does have power. She does have really good striking. She's really aggressive. The judges do like her because she's constantly throwing heat. Her opponent, though, Yan, she's really good, man. I watched a lot of tape on her. I watched her fight Claudia Gadelha get the win. I watched her fight Angela Hill and get the win. She's real gritty. She's real tough. She got beat her last fight. She hasn't fought for over a year. She got beat by Carla Esparza, taken down, kind of exposed for her wrestling game. Which not really, because I watched her refight. I watched her with that Gadelha fight, and she actually ended up landing, and Hill. She ended up landing a couple takedowns of her own and was on top and getting some ground and pound. She's got really good, crisp striking, like really straight punches. Like watching her tape and watching her before, I'm really impressed with her. She throws straight down the pipe, and she's got good power too. She's real muscular. She's built like Weili Zhang herself. She can be taken down, like I said, but she's active off her back, but she's not going to have to worry about that here. Rodriguez ain't going to take her down. She's got very active striking. When they're striking, either on the ground, but mainly standing, when they're striking, she's constantly doing something. She's throwing a jab, hook, straight, leg kicks. She's just constantly working. She's got a very good 1-2 to hook combo. She's very physically strong, too. She's really built. Like I said, she reminds me of Weili Zhang, with, like, her boxing is really crisp, though. She's got them good wins over Hill, Gadelha, and Kelleher. And she was 6-0 in the UFC before that Carla lost. She hadn't lost for 10 years before she got beat by Carla, and she just got beat because she was taken down. She's plus 215 here, and to me that's crazy because this is going to be a striking match, and this girl's really good at striking. Like, this girl is 100% top 5 in the world at 115 pounds. And I know Moreno Rodriguez is really good too. If this was a pick'em fight, I would definitely pick Rodriguez. But if you're giving me all that plus money, I got to take Yan, man. This is going to be a really close fight. She's not going to knock Yan out. Like, if you do your tape study on Yan, she's really good. She shouldn't be plus 215 here. Like, Rodriguez should maybe be like minus 160, 170. I'm telling you, that's how the fight's going to play out, especially just a striking match. You're going to see this girl's really good. She could even land the takedowns. Like I said, I watched in her other fights where she's landed a couple takedowns. If she can get some takedown and control time, she can take it. So give me Yan by decision. Like I said, if it was a pick'em fight, I'd probably go with Rodriguez. But I just don't. I think the line's off. All the values on Yan. So give me Yan as an underdog like that. Fight number 6. I haven't put a bet in, but I'm thinking about it. I just want to see where the line goes. I see it's already come down. She was plus 225 yesterday, and I'd like to get her at that. I wanted to put 125 on her, but I'm not getting them Joel Alvarez flashbacks. But I really think that girl has a really good chance in that fight, and at that odds, you got to take it. Next fight is fight number 6 in the men's flyweight division. We got Tim Elliott versus Tagir Ulanbekov. Tim Elliott is 17-12-1. He's currently sitting at plus 195. Tagir Ulanbekov is 13-1. He's currently sitting at minus 250. And yeah, this is gonna be a easier fight for me to explain. I like Tagir in this fight because Tim Elliott's like, he's good for a round in 2 minutes. He's got good wrestling. He's got his herky jerk style. He throws a spinning shit all the time. He's got good wrestling and good BJJ and scrambling, but it's not going to help him here because Tagir is going to have better wrestling and just as good BJJ and just as good scrambling. And Tagir is going to have the better striking, in my opinion, the harder striking, and he's going to have the way better gas tank. So Tim Elliott, most of his fights, if he's going to win, he's going to be able to out-wrestle his opponent, take him down, do all that. But he usually, like you seen his last fight against Nicolas Matayu, Tim Elliott gasses out, man. He does it in every single fight. You see him against Brandon Royval. The list goes on. I can tell you, he goes too hard in that first round. He tries to put people away, which you don't even got to put people away. Power. He's got some slick submissions. He just throws a lot of unnecessary strikes and spinning shit. He's very good at switching stances, and he's very good at gassing out bad and getting caught in submissions. Tagir is really good at wrestling. He's Khabib's boy. He's got really good pressure striking. He's good at backing the guy up and putting the pressure on him. I think he's going to use that pretty good here. He's got a really good stiff jab, and he's actually, usually Tim Elliott has a big height and like kind of reach advantage at the 125 division, but here he's going to have this. He's actually the same height as Tagir, and Tagir's got 3 inches of reach. I'm telling you, that's not going to be good for Tim. Tagir hasn't looked the best in his first 2 fights. He fought Bruno Silva and he fought Nascimento. But both them guys are studs, dude. Both them guys would beat Tim Elliott down. So he's very hittable himself too, and he doesn't check leg kicks. But that he's not going to get knocked out, and he's not going to get stopped by leg kicks. He's really, really good at pushing the pace, and that's what's going to be his big key here. And that's what's going to either stop or beat Tim Elliott by decision. I got Tagir, but decision, but maybe by choke. I got Tagir in a parlay, and we'll get to that. I got him in a decent sized parlay. We'll get to that when that one comes. Fight number 7 is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Dustin Jacoby versus Michal Ulanbekov. Jacoby's 16-5-1. He's currently sitting at -190. Oleksiejzuk is 16-4, and he's currently sitting at +155. Dustin Jacoby is going to have a 3-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage, which is going to be huge in this fight to me because this is going to be a striking fight, kickboxing match mostly. And, you know, height and reach are good attributes when it's just going to be striking. Jacoby is a great kickboxer, comes from a kickboxing background. He's fought K1, he's fought everybody. He's fought Alex Pereira, he's fought everybody in kickboxing. He's really good. He's got good octagon control. He's got really good pressure and really good feints. He switches stances really well too. He's got really, really, really strong, heavy leg kicks. You've seen his last fight versus Jalin. He was tearing him up with leg kicks. He's got a really good front kick up the middle too, and he's got a really good head kick. He's got KO power in his hands and his feet from his kickboxing background. He's got a really good takedown defense and a get-up game, and then he's got a really good gas tank. So he's really a good fighter, man. He's undefeated in the UFC since coming back. He had that draw with Kutalaba, and I thought Maxine Grisham beat him, but Maxine Grisham's tough, man. But yeah, man, he's pretty well rounded everywhere. He's not really gonna wrestle, and but stand up. He's got good enough takedown defense to keep it standing where he shines. Oleksiejzuk, on the other hand, is basically one dimensional. He's got really good boxing, pretty good power boxing for about a round and a half. He's got good cage control and pressure. Really, really, really good body shots, power hooks to the body. He's got good KO power, but like I said, he's so one-dimensional with just boxing. He doesn't really throw leg kicks or anything like that. He's not checking leg kicks. He's got terrible takedown defense and terrible get-up game. I don't think he's going to need that here. I don't know, Jacoby. I think Jacoby could take him down if he wanted to. I just don't know if he's going to be able to just hold him down and beat him up. It might just waste some energy. But that might also be good because Oleksiejzuk has a terrible gas tank. You've seen against Ovince St. Preux. He used all of his gas in the first round trying to end St. Preux, take him out with body shots, headshots, and then St. Preux just choked him out, Von Fluked him in the second round. He usually comes out really hard in that first round. You've seen his last fight against that Russian dude, knocked him out. But the fight before that against Modestas Bukauskas, he came out really hard in the first round, landed some good shots, but kind of slowed down, and then went to split decision with Bukauskas, who we've seen is not good at all. Give me Dustin Jacoby by second round KO. I expect that first round to be pretty good. Oleksiejzuk coming out, putting a lot of pressure on, throwing punches, but I expect Jacoby to be able to take them, land some solid leg kicks, wear Michal down, and by the second round, when he's wore down, just start taking over, landing leg kicks, head kicks, and hopefully take him out with a straight 1-2. So give me him by second round KO. And I do got Dustin Jacoby. I like him. He's one of my locks this weekend. I got 2.35 units on him to win 1.3 units straight up. And like I said, striking match, 3 inches height, 4 inches reach, better striker. The other dudes only got boxing. That's all Jacoby has to work on this whole camp is just boxing defense. So give me Jacoby. He should look good too. Fight number 8 is in the women's flyweight division. We got Marina Moroz versus Mariya Agapova. Moroz is 10-3. She's currently sitting at +180. Agapova is 10-2. She's currently sitting at minus 220, and this is a grudge match. These girls used to train together, and then we're both talking bad about each other when the one girl left when Agapova left ATT. Moroz was saying all kinds of stuff about her being a prostitute and sniffing coke and stuff like that. So yeah, these girls are definitely gonna scrap. Moroz is she's pretty good. She's on the Ukrainian boxing team. She's got really good boxing. She's got crisp boxing, decent leg kicks. She's got a really fast jab and 1-2. Like a lot of her punches just come straight down the middle. She's got pretty decent leg kicks with some decent power. You've seen against Bueno Silva. Decent wrestling. She's really tough because she got hit with a lot of big knees and punches in that fight. I didn't really think she won that fight, but they gave it to her. But she looked pretty good. Like, she looked pretty tough. She doesn't have a really good clinch. She can be controlled up against the cage, and she can be beat up in the clinch like that. Like Bueno Silva was beating her up in the clinch with hard knees, hard elbows, everything. And she, like I said, she's mainly just a pretty good boxer. She's a pretty good boxer with decent leg kicks and some. She doesn't have the best wrestling, but she's got pretty decent ground and pound. Agapova, on the other hand, is a crazy chick. I like her, dude. She's a wild fighter, man. She's very athletic and aggressive. She's got very long 1-2s, powerful too. You seen against Sabina Mazo, she was touching her up. Even against what was it, Aldridge, Hannah Cyphers in her first fight in the UFC, dude. She was piecing her up. She's very powerful. She strikes very well and very hard backing up. Like, she likes to even counter hard. She's just got some power in her hands. I've seen her just landing hard shots, even backing up. She's got decent wrestling in BJJ. She's very good, powerful body and head kicks. She's got a very nice hook to the body and then straight left because she's a lefty. She's very aggressive, wild, and just wild, like with her shots. So she can be taken down a little bit, and she can be hit back because she gets out of position sometimes. But when she stays in position, stays technical, she's a beast. She's got lightning fast hands with power. Like, to me, she's better everywhere in this fight. The Moroz might have a little better boxing, but she's not gonna have that much power. And as long as Agapova don't gas out, she's gonna beat Moroz, man. She's gonna beat her down, I think, too. I got Mariya Agapova by a second round KO. I really do think it's going to go a lot like that Sabina Mazo fight, because Moroz doesn't have good enough wrestling in BJJ to do just take Agapova down, control her, and gas her out or nothing like that. So this is going to be a standing fight. And in a standing fight, I'm going to take the girl that's more aggressive, explosive, and way better kicks and way better arsenal. I do have her. She's in that bet with Tagir Ulanbekov in a parlay. I got Agapova Ulanbekov. I have 1.85 units to win 2 units on that. I got a little plus money, and I really like that. I really think both them guys and girls are going to dominate their fights. Fight number 9 is going to be in the men's heavyweight division. We got Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. Sergey Spivak's 13-3. He's currently sitting at minus 210. Greg Hardy's 7-4, currently sitting at plus 170. And Spivak's got decent striking, decent wrestling, pretty good cardio, he's just basically like a wrestler, boxer, but he doesn't have the greatest wrestling. But if he fights somebody that doesn't have the greatest wrestling, he can take him down and beat him up. Like, you see when he fought Tabora, he couldn't get Tabora down, and he got beat up in that fight. Decent striking. The dude don't like to get hit, man. You seen against Walt Harris, boom, 1-shot knockout. You seen against quick, 13 seconds. He just don't like to get hit. These explosive dudes really get to Sergey Spivak. The only fight I seen against Tai Tuivasa, he took a little bit of damage good in that fight, but Tuivasa's takedown defense is terrible. So I mean, it wasn't hard for him to get him to the ground. He just doesn't take a shot good. Tom Aspinall touched him up, hit him, like the third strong shot he hit him with, he was able to put him out. And Sergey Spivak ain't he's a heavyweight, so he's not shooting these fast technical doubles, power doubles, nothing like that. He likes to grab people and just bear him to the ground. Well, and he doesn't deal with pressure well. He doesn't like to get hit. He'll kind of quit if he gets hit with a big shot. Greg Hardy, I hate Greg Hardy. I really hate Greg Hardy. I don't like to bet Greg Hardy. I'm probably not going to bet him here, but I do think Greg Hardy wins this fight. I watched a couple other Greg Hardy's fights, and he has really good takedown defense in that first round and a half. I watched him fight Marcin Tybura, who I was talking about with Spivak, and Marcin Tybura beat Spivak easily Well, I bet Tabora against Greg Hardy. When I rewatched that fight again, Hardy was piecing Tabora up the whole first round and a little bit of the second round before he gassed because he has asthma. But Tabora wasn't able to even get close to take any good shots in the first round. He didn't get no takedowns till the middle of the second. And like I said, Hardy hit him with some pretty good shots in that first round. Like he almost got it, finished him a couple times, like had him wobbled. And I feel like if he hits Sergey, because Sergey, I don't think, because Hardy's so big, 6'5", with 80-inch reach, like he's just so big and explosive that Sergey Spivak's not just going to be able to grab him, push him up against the fence, take him down, and beat him down. And I think that Hardy's actually going to be explosive enough to put him out in that first round. So Greg Hardy at plus 170, give me him as an underdog pick. I hope he loses. I hope he gets pounded out, the worst beating of his life, because he beats up females. But to be honest, after watching the tape, it just looks like he's going to be, like, Spivak don't like to get hurt, and Hardy's the explosive dude that's going to hit him and touch him a couple times that first round, put him down. So give me Greg Hardy. Fight number 10 is in the men's welterweight division. We got Kevin Holland versus Alex Cowboy Oliveira. Kevin Holland dropping down to 170 for the first time. He is 21-7, currently sitting at minus 265. Alex Cowboy Oliveira is 22-11-1, currently sitting at plus 205. Kevin Holland is going to have 4 inches of height and 5.5 inches of reach here, so he's going to have a pretty good height and reach advantage over Cowboy Oliveira, which ain't good for Oliveira because he likes to be the bigger guy. He likes to be the hammer and the bigger, stronger guy. Kevin Holland, really good at striking from range and space against Joaquin Buckley. Against a lot of people, he can touch people up at space. If you give him space to strike, he's long, fast head kicks, fast heat kicks, fast front kicks, throws some spinning shit. Dude's pretty wild. He's got good counter punching backing up too. That's what I noticed in that Buckley fight. He's got a really good jab into a hook uppercut combo too. He was hitting a lot of people with that. I seen him hitting Darren Stewart with that in that first round of that fight, which that fight was really good too. Really fast front kicks and push kicks. Terrible takedown defense, but he's got a good grappling and a decent get-up game against, not against like Darren Stewart and not against Marvin Vettori and Derek Brunson. But here, he would have a good get-up game against this guy. He's got KO power in his hands, and he's very, very tough and durable, which I think is going to help him. And he's got good cardio, decent cardio. He was fighting a lot of bigger dudes up at 185, so I think he's got pretty good cardio. Oliveira, he's very wild, very crazy, unorthodox striking. He's got pretty good power leg kicks. He's got a pretty good clinch up against the cage, pretty good knees, elbows. He starts very fast but slows down. Like he's super aggressive. Like I said, he's a great hammer, terrible nail. Like if he can come out and overpower a guy, take him down, beat him up, then he's probably gonna win the fight. But anytime that he's not the stronger guy, he's not the he's not the hammer, he tends to find a way out. And I think he's probably gonna end up doing that here. He's Oliveira too. It's like sometimes he comes to fight, sometimes he don't. They say he's got like 21 kids, so he's just taking fights all the time so he can feed them. But I don't know, man. Sometimes he's motivated, sometimes he's not. And I don't know, even motivated or not, he still takes the L here. Give me Kevin Holland by second round club and sub. And I got Kevin Holland in a parlay coming up with somebody coming up. But yeah, I think Holland's going to touch that chin and put him down. Holland hits hard. You've seen it. I think it could go a lot like Oliveira versus Randy Brown when Randy Brown was able to just touch him up. He was tearing up Randy Brown's lead leg, but Randy Brown was able to land a 1-2, drop him, and then choke him out. So I think it's going to go a lot like that. Randy Brown and Kevin Holland actually kind of fight a lot like the same. All right, fight number 11 in the men's featherweight division. We got Edson Barbosa versus Bryce Mitchell. Edson Barbosa is 22-10, currently sitting at plus 120. Bryce Mitchell is 14-0, currently sitting at minus 150. Edson Barbosa, man, veteran of the game, great fighter, great leg. Barbosa has great leg kicks, really good boxing, really good head kicks. Terry Edmonds spinning knockout. Good boxing. You've seen against Burgos. You've seen against Dan Hooker. I mean, he body shots, head shots, whatever, man. He's good everywhere. He's getting a little older, though, and I just don't know how motivated he's going to be after taking that. He was making his run at 145, trying to go for the title after dropping down, and then he took that bad loss to Giga Chikadze last fight. So I don't know if he's as motivated as he used to be. He's like 36 years old, 37 years old, so that doesn't help either. But yeah, really good boxing, really good kicks. He's got KO power in his hands and his feet. He's got pretty bad takedown defense. I was watching a couple of his older fights. Obviously Khabib took him down and beat him up, but even against like Kevin Lee was able to take him down and beat him up pretty easy on the ground the first couple rounds. And I seen after that first round of grappling with anybody that grapples him, really, his stamina goes away right away, and he's not the same in the second round. His power, he doesn't have no power on his shots like he did. He just really kind of gasses out. And that's not going to be good against Bryce Mitchell here, because Bryce Mitchell watched like 4 of his other fights, Andre Fili fight, Charles Rosa fight, which was terrible. But he's got really underrated striking. In that Andre Fili fight, I don't think he was able to land a takedown the whole second round, but he was able to stand up, hold his own with Fili. And Fili's a lot like Edson Barbosa. Their striking style is a lot like, they like to throw a lot of power kicks, really good with their hands. Fili might actually kind of have better takedown defense in my opinion, but and he has good grappling too. But Bryce Mitchell though, really good MMA wrestling. You see in all his fights, he's able to land them takedowns. He's got really good BJJ. Once he gets a fighter to the ground, he's able to hold him down. He flows from position to position on the ground effortlessly. And he's just he's got really good submissions, man. He landed a twister. He almost had Rosa in a twister a couple times. Like he's just really good on the ground. He's one of the slicker 145ers I've seen on the ground. He's very good at using his striking to set up his takedowns. Like he's going to throw a couple punches to make you think that he's going to strike with you. Kind of like Islam Makhachev. Not as good a wrestler as him, but they're good at making you think, oh, we're striking, and boom, he hits his takedown. He's got very good cardio and really good toughness, and he just needs to get to this fight to the ground, and I believe he's gonna. I got Bryce Mitchell here by decision. I believe he's gonna get them takedowns in that first round and wear on Edson Barbosa. It's gonna be tough a little bit, but like I said, he's got serviceable striking to stand up with Barbosa until he gets takedowns. And once he can land a takedown or two in that first and second round, I think he's going to be able to gas Barbosa out. It's going to be a really close fight, but give me Bryce Mitchell. I got 2 units on him to win 1.3 because, like I said, he's the up-and-coming guy, and I think that he's going to keep moving up the division. This is just another one of them striker versus grappler matches, and I've seen this with Barbosa a lot, and Barbosa usually loses these. And also, too, Barbosa's usually pretty big against guys at 145, but Bryce Mitchell's 5'10", Barbosa's 5'11", and Barbosa does have a reach advantage, but Bryce Mitchell is going to be a pretty big kid with him. So give me Bryce Mitchell by decision. I don't think he's going to sub him or nothing, but 2 units to win 1.3. Fight number 12 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Rafael dos Santos versus Rafael Fiziev. This is the co-main event, and this is going to be a 5-round fight, even though it's not a title fight. They were supposed to fight, obviously, like 2 weeks ago in a 5-round fight, and it got canceled, so they rescheduled it now. Rafael dos Anjos 30-13 plus 200. Rafael Fiziev is 11-1, currently sitting at minus 255. Rafael dos Anjos is very well rounded, really good left body kick, really good straight left. He's lefty. He's got good wrestling and good BJJ. He's like a lot of people I think are going to believe that Fiziev is just going to come out here and bet on just him finishing Rafael dos Anjos, because Rafael dos Anjos has been finished a couple times, but really not. He's only been finished 3 times in his career, and 2 of them were before and during 2010 versus Clay Guida and Jeremy Stevens got him. But since then, he's only been finished 1 time. That was the Eddie Alvarez title fight. So I don't know if Fiziev's going to come out here and just finish him, and but I do believe Fiziev's going to put it on him. Fiziev is you've watched him. He's got really good. He's the striking coach at Tagir Muay Thai. He's got really good movement, really good feints, setting up his shots. You've seen his last fight against Brad Riddell, who's a great striker himself, and Fiziev was just taking off on him the whole fight until he finished him. And Fiziev looked a lot better in that last fight as far as like he thinned up, he slimmed up, and his cardio looked a lot better against Brad Riddell. And I think that's awesome because he's really going to need that here, I believe. He's got really good movement and feints, like I said, really powerful leg, body, and head kicks. I mean, he can end anybody anytime. He's got a really strong clinch with great knees and elbows in the clinch, and he's got really fast hips for takedown defense. Like I was watching even against Riddell and against like Bobby Green, anybody that's tried to take him down, man, he gets in the clinch, he moves his hips, pushes him away. Riddell got him down 1 time, and he was able to get up within like 10 seconds, and that was in the 3rd round, so it made me know that his gas tank's good. Dude's well-rounded. He's really good at spinning shit, spinning kicks, spinning elbows. He's got a super quick left hook to head kick combination, and he seemed to be more. He just seemed to be quicker and stronger in his last fight. Like I said, he seems to be in better shape. He was always, I mean, he was in shape, but he was like thicker when he first was fighting at 155 in UFC. Now he seems to be getting his cardio where it needs to be. Dude's very tough, and he's very willing to go to war. And if they go to war, I'm going to take him over dos Anjos. I got Rafael Fiziev. I don't know if he's going to win by finish or decision. I'd probably go more with decision, and it could get a little testy in that 4th and 5th round because Rafael dos Anjos has good wrestling and good BJJ, and he's super tough. So if he is able to start working that, man, it could get dangerous because you've seen him like choke out Kevin Lee and people later in fights. So, man, he's like 38 years old now, and Fiziev just seems like a stud. He seems like he should be fighting for a title at some point coming up. So give me Fiziev by whatever, and I got Fiziev, Holland in a parlay, 2 units to win 2 units, and I really think that that's safe money too. I think both of them should really beat up their opponents, man. And fight number 13 is the main event. We got in the men's welterweight division. We got Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal, the fight everybody's been waiting for. Colby Covington is 16-3. He's currently sitting at -320. Jorge Masvidal is 35-15, currently sitting at +245. Both these guys are same height, pretty much same reach. Masvidal's got 2 inches of reach. Colby Covington, you've seen his last 2 fights with Usman for the title and with Tyron Woodley. The dude's a bad dude. He's definitely the second best welterweight in the world. I actually think he beat, I don't care what nobody says, I rewatched that Kamaru Usman fight again. It's the 5th time, and Usman won the 1st and 2nd round, and Colby won the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Like, I don't know. It was pretty clear. So Colby Covington really, I mean, dude's a bad mofo. Really good jab, really good jab to straight left hook. He's got really good wrestling, really good power, and really good double leg and punches. The dude has some of the best cardio on earth, man. He's constantly pushing the pace. He's constantly putting the jab in your face, jab straight, just constantly throwing punches, constantly clinching you up against the cage, doing takedowns. You're really, really good jiu-jitsu. You get back up. He's mat returning you, then he can just go back to striking. Like, the dude's amazing, really. He throws a lot of body punches, kicks, and knees. You've seen him hurting Kamaru Usman to the body in the first fight and the second fight. He's got very tough with a great chin. I mean, he got dropped against Usman, but you've seen what happened when Usman touched Masvidal, and even like Gilbert Burns, man. Usman has heavy hands, and Colby was taking that. He would start taking over this fight, in my opinion, in the 3rd to 5th. If it gets there, he's going to start taking it over in the 3rd to 5th. I think his striking defense is really good. He's got a really good chin, enough to be able to take what Masvidal is going to have in that first 2 rounds, 2.5 rounds, and be able to take over. But we got Jorge Masvidal, who's very fast, powerful striking in the first 2.5 rounds. Like I said, I keep saying that because he tends to slow down. I think that's why he's got a lot of draws and split decision losses in his career, because he starts off, he has 2 really good rounds, and then he can be controlled, taken down, and in the 3rd round, slow down. He has really, really nice feints though to set up his boxing and his kicks. You've seen against like Darren Till, he has that really quick where he throws that feint and then straight up to the straight into the hook. Man, the dude's got top-notch boxing. The dude's been boxing since he was in diapers. So he's really tough, well-rounded, gritty veteran, and he's great everywhere except like offensive wrestling, man, or offensive wrestling and defensive wrestling. That's his only, but he's got good grappling, so it's not like he just gets taken down and beat up or sub. Like I said, good BJJ, can be controlled in the ground and in the clinch. You've seen in the Usman fight. He's pretty hittable himself sometimes, but he's very durable usually besides the Usman fight. He's very good at switching stances and throwing a right body kick, a real right body kick. But like I said, I feel like he gasses out. I feel like he's got KO power in his hands and knees. You've seen with Askren, and head kicks in the first 3 rounds. Even when I rewatched, because I watched a lot of tape for this fight, I rewatched him against Nate Diaz, and he did start slowing down a little bit. And when I first watched that fight, I thought that Jorge just beat the shit out of him the whole fight, and he did. But like when I rewatched in the second, Nate had a couple little spots in that first and second, and in the third. And I mean, if Jorge would have stopped slowing and started slowing down like he does, like it looked like he was gonna, man, that 4th and 5th could have got interesting. But yeah, dude, he's got a really good counter left hook too, and he works really good off his back with elbows. But like I said, in this fight, man, as long as Colby Covington stays safe in that 1st through 3 rounds, works his striking, stays safe, gets a couple takedowns, wears on Masvidal, I think he's going to take over. I don't think he's going to finish Masvidal, because Masvidal is tough, and you need like a one-shot strike to finish him. But give me Colby Covington by decision. I don't have him in no bets or nothing like that, but I'm thinking about betting the over-under. I know the over 4.5's like, I don't know, like -140 or something like that. And I'm thinking about betting that when I can get that line's out on my bookie, but that's the only over under. But that line ain't out on my casino yet. So give me Colby Covington by decision. That was the 13th fight. If Manon Farrell gets another fight, I might do a little breakdown. Everybody, look for me. I promise you, we're gonna win this weekend. I kill these pay-per-views. Last pay-per-view, 271. I went 7-1 for plus 7.8 units. Everybody, please like and subscribe to this video. I'm going to keep making them. Like I said, I've been getting a lot of likes and subscribes and comments, man, and that's awesome. I love talking with you guys in the comment section. It's fun. You guys are very knowledgeable, man, and you're good people. Everybody's been keeping it nice and civil there, man. I like it, man. It's a nice little community. So follow me on Instagram if you're new here. I post all my betting stuffs there, so you know when I say official bets, them are the official bets, and I make them bets, and you know I'm betting right with you. So if you follow me, tail me, I got them bets in too, man. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me or like and subscribe here. My official bets so far for UFC 272 that are locked in. I have Bryce Mitchell 2 units to win 1.3 units. I have Dustin Jacoby 2.35 units to win 1.3 units. I have Nurmagomedov 1.5 units to win 1.8 units. I have in 2 parlays, I have Ulanbekov, Agapova 1.85 units to win 2 units, and I have Holland versus Fiziev 2 units to win 2 units. Since I've started these videos in September, I believe, I'm 68 and 39 now for plus 40.5 units, and that's just gonna go up. It's gonna keep going up. That last week was a little fluke. So everybody, again, thank you. I'll have my official bets video out by like Wednesday or Thursday and let you know everything. And I might even do a live show on Thursday, so I'll let you guys know. I'll set up a little thing, but if anybody wants to come and hang out and talk, when I do a live show, I'm gonna go over my chat. I want to chat with you guys, so it's gonna be big like that. I don't. It'll probably just be me here talking about the fights and any news updates. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy. Later.